Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome back. Um, this is literally the final episode of this final live of this series. And what did we think of the reunion? As always, put in any comments you have in the chat, and we should talk. And let's get going. I mean, that was quite a bit of a I'm agreeing with some of the comments here already. Hello, Amy, Jill, Perry. Anybody else here? Give us a comment. I know you're here. I can say hi. I that was quite a disappointing live, right? Hello, Diana. Yeah, that was quite a disappointing reunion. I don't know. I think I agree with you, Amy. Every time, I don't know. I like Laura, but it didn't help her saying how everything was awkward the whole time. Like, we could tell, but putting myself in her shoes, that I don't think any of the Islanders were helping her with any of her interviews. Like, they weren't giving her anything to play off of. I would say the finalists, I'd say Fedi, Minnie and Liam, not so bad. Liberty was amazing. We're quite good at being interviewed, but everybody else just seemed to be like scared to be on the TV. I felt that was quite awkward. Yeah, so I can imagine if that's the case, that's very hard for Laura to carry on, right? But I don't know. I don't think I wouldn't blame Laura. I'd blame maybe the support around the Islanders not being given any media training. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And also, those shows they're so tightly packed. It's like she can't really maneuver away from what's supposed to be on, I would say. But it was a really awkward show. Hello, Boel. Laura needs hosting lessons. Okay, so is everybody here watching feeling that Laura, it was Laura's fault, it was so awkward? Hello, Toby, GFC. Yeah, there were so many awkward parts in this. Like, I don't know. I would have thought that usually when you go live, you think these interviews are kind of done half beforehand, so you know what's going to happen, right? So then I was quite disappointed that they seemed like be all surprised by the questions, and they weren't prepared to give real answers. Hello, Emmy. Is it over already? Yes, it is over already. It's just finished. It's the host's job, as Bo is saying. It's the host's job to keep it entertaining. There was so much drama this year. A real host knows how to roll the awkward moments. Yeah, I mean, yes, Bo. I think you are right. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to be a little bit diplomatic, but I agree. Like, it wasn't filled in, but like my sister was messaging me during it, and she said she felt like the Islanders didn't really like Laura that much. Maybe, but I suppose. Yeah, she was setting them up every time they came onto the couch, like, oh, this is so awkward, or this is so awkward. And it was like, Toby was one of the people, and it's not that awkward, it's actually all right. Because they're all in a show together. Like, the amount of times they've all come out of the show being like, we're not together anymore. They understand what they're getting themselves into, you know what I mean? Yeah, she said it like 50 times. She shouldn't have said it so much. I agree, Bo. I agree with you. It just made it worse and worse and worse. The most awkward thing that was on the show, and this has nothing to do with Laura, was the Jake and Liberty convo. What did we think? As always, people put any comments you want to talk about into the comments, and we'll talk about it. But let's talk about Jake and Liberty. Like, I didn't feel bad for him at all, actually, because how he acted. Like, she was so open and being like, I do still have feelings, and he's like, no, shut it down. And like, okay, you don't have to be so harsh, but just showed that he definitely was just not into her. You know what I mean? He definitely wasn't, and we were so right from the beginning that he was not into her at all. It was too much. Yes, that he really is a coward. He's a coward. He's too scared of fighting any real. Then again, why am I so diplomatic? I'm just thinking about him coming out of the villa and the barrage of comments he must have got. He's probably not bothered. I'd be like, oh, fuck you all. I can't do it. He couldn't do anything right. By the end of the series, Jake could not do anything right. Am I right? Am I right? He couldn't do anything right. I mean, it's his own fault. I don't feel so bad. Well, that's just the truth. He couldn't do anything bad. He did not fight for her at all. Yeah, he didn't at all. And not even out, not even in. He was done. She deserves so much better. She's an absolute queen. Jake, was Jake the only no-show? I think so. I missed the first 10 minutes, so I didn't count everybody, but I think they were. Who else? The Kaz and Tyler. Jill, you asked a question. Oh wait. It was his own making. It's a TV show, exactly. It's a TV show. Sorry, just reading Amy's comment there. And Bo saying he didn't even bother to show up. I agree. Up here, Jill, you said about Kaz and Tyler, why weren't they brought to the couch? I agree. I wonder why. But maybe they were setting up another shot. But it was a bit odd that they weren't brought in, especially but they were fourth runner-up, weren't they? I think that's what happens always, and only the last three get brought up, I think. But I thought their interview was weird as well. Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but then they weren't asked that many interesting questions either. Like, just like, oh, your boyfriend and girlfriend again. How does that feel? It's like, we just watched it in the VT beforehand. Why are you asking me how we feel? Like, of course they're going to be over the moon. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I wonder. It would be nice to bring them up, but I do think it's because they were fourth runners up. That's probably why. We didn't really get a full check of the cast to notice anyone was missing, but Laura probably would have said. I agree. There were so many cast members this year, though. It felt like more than normal, or maybe I'm making up. But obviously, it's not more than normal. But it did feel like it was a lot of people on this swing. Bo saying, I have a feeling Kaz and Tyler requested not to be on the sofa, but due to not being shown as much. Do you think, Bo? Does anybody else agree with that or think that as well? Could be thinking, hello, Ricky, Samantha, Sander. Didn't they bring Aaron? You're right. No, they didn't. No, Aaron and Mary were in their seats. Mary was brought up as part of the Toby girlfriends, but Aaron and Toby were definitely down. That was such an awkward interview as well. It's like, weren't they prepped for those questions? Like, surely they should have been prepped. Laura's going to ask you whose idea was it to break up. You're going to say you. You're going to say you. Like, they were so frosty between Aaron and Mary, and I'm quite surprised because Mary. I don't know if you I follow her on Instagram, and her gran passed away. So Aaron needs to be a little bit nicer about it. I think Aaron should have answered it like, it's not my doing, but we don't know what will happen in the future, or she was going through a lot, so I've given her space and we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, I feel it was a little bit frosty, but then yes, we keep saying it, Laura didn't really help the situation without a follow-up question. But live TV is hard. Why am I so nice? I'm just too nice. They brought Hugo and his ex on the couch. He wasn't a finalist. Yeah, I meant the couples, like couple-wise. Also, Kaz not being on the sofa at Toby's ladies. Oh my God, yeah. So maybe Bo was right. Maybe Kaz didn't want to go up. It felt so flat. Yeah, so much. Yeah, I think it just felt like it was just, everything was so unprepared. I agree with you. Like, I just felt like no one was prepared for any questions, and they just needed to it was a shame, absolute shame, because it could have been some more stuff going on there. You know what I mean? But that was frosty. And let's talk about the Hugo and all his girls. Why doesn't Hugo get, coming straight out of a villa, hand in hand with someone, leaving with your partner that you've been with, being like smooching away with, forever for, and you come out and you say, no, my romantic look was really bad. How did you not get that? That was so rude. Like, he still has not acknowledged publicly that was not the best thing to do. And again, he comes on the show today and not even a peep to say, that was quite bad. I should have done that. Like, I do not understand. I do not understand. He's too much. I can't. I can't deal with it. I can't understand it. Hello, Wishbone14. Laura's energy seems disingenuous. Yeah, it was a bit. Maybe it's too much. Maybe she should have, like, her and Ian should have been interviewing, so it's not just all on her. Maybe it was just a bit much. Even interactions between Ian and Laura were a bit stale. Oh my God, everyone's on Laura tonight. Uh, could have been epic. What did Toby do? Hello, Ricky, Samantha. Oh yes, I said hi already. I'm sorry. Toby didn't do anything. What did Toby do? Oh, because Toby, I don't know if this is what you're if this is what you're asking about when I said that Toby said to Laura, it's not that awkward. Is that what you're talking about while you're asking? But basically Laura, he was sitting there with all the girls that he'd been with, but Kaz. And then she said, oh, this is so awkward, isn't it? And he was like, no, it's not awkward. Is that what you're talking about? I don't know. Oh, Toby looked over it. I don't know what we're talking about. Jinxie TV, where can I watch it? I think you can only watch it on ITV Hub. That's where I watched it. Oh, yeah, everyone's saying do not bother watching it, Jinxie TV. I think it's all a bit much. It's all a bit much. As in a bit much disappointment. That should have been an epic show. I do find, though, sometimes reunion shows are a little bit disappointing anyway, but this was in particular very disappointing. I'm really glad that they gave that they did go in on a little bit on Faye, and Faye was able to, apologize again. That was good, I suppose. What do we think about the Faye and Teddy? Faye and Teddy, what are we thinking about them? I'm following them on Instagram. They're quite cute. Although Faye uses so many filters on her phone. She needs to stop using filters on her phone because she's fine. But has anybody been following... Who's... Actually, it's a good question for everyone. Who have you been following the most outside of the villa? Let me know. Let me see. Hugo and Chloe, awkward. Yeah. Why were they bringing up the Hugo and Chloe thing again? Like, why are they forcing that? It's like, let that go. That was also done just for screen time. Like, let's stop talking about that. They were never going to be together, so let's stop talking about that. Thank you very much. Also, yeah, they need to leave it alone. I mean, I feel, was Toby's interaction with his girls one of the biggest storylines this year? Like, do we really need to go into all of that again? Like, has that not had enough airtime, considering his last relationship that he was with for the longest in the villa literally had no airtime? So why are they bringing it back? Why all of a sudden is it interesting? I would have preferred to have gone down, I don't know, digged more into the Lily Liam situation. I would have gone into that a bit more. I would have loved that. I thought when Lily came on the stage with Liam and Millie, I wanted there to be a bit more juice. But she's very nice. She was very lovely. So where am I? Toby looked like he wasn't. Yes, Bo, I thought so as well. I thought that Toby was looking quite not as into it. Like, we've seen that energy from him before. But then he's staying with her all the time at the moment. So who knows? I don't know. Do we think on here that they're going to survive? We during our lives throughout the series, we've been kind of saying they're not going to last long at the villa. But what do we think? People who are here tonight, do you think it? Hello, Trey. Do we think, were there any arguments on the reunion? Not on this reunion, no. Apart from quite some frosty moments, like we're just saying Mary and Aaron, there was a bit of a frostiness. The Jake and Liv was a bit frosty, but it wasn't as frosty as that one. Amy is still fuming at Hugo, which is hilarious. We love that. I would love to see more of Georgia. Georgia's hilarious on the Instagrams. We love her. Hello, Ben. Is there song react? Do you mean to Millie's playing? That was my favorite part of the whole reunion, actually, at the very end, and Millie going at this. And Amy Schumer. Imagine Amy Schumer knowing your name. That's cool. That's cool. No? Imagine Amy Schumer knowing your name and acting out stuff and doing really bad accents. I don't know what her accent was trying to do. Like, first of all, I thought, oh, she's doing all the different kind of accents. But then she kept coming back to this really weird Irish one that I think was supposed to be not a Scouse, like a Geordie accent. I was like, oh, awkward. But Amy Schumer, knowing your name is like really good. I really enjoyed though Millie playing the piano. I would have asked so many drama-filled questions. Have a popcorn right beside you. Yes, Bo. What questions would you have asked, Bo? Let us know. Amy, why did they need to re-show the Faye nightmares? Yes, I agree. It's like why are they making Faye and that sit through it all again? Like in that time, they showed the full argument again. They could have showed so many other bits or talked to many other different Islanders. It was like, I think, I don't know. On one hand, it's like good because it means that Faye could see it properly and react properly. So not just blowing over, and it means the show are holding themselves accountable and her accountable. So I could see on that level why they're doing it. But it's also like, it's happened, it was awful, and we need to move on, you know, like whatever. But it seems like she is quite embarrassed. Let me see. Whoa, comments coming in. Let me just get. Why did they made a joke out of Faye's outburst? They made a joke out of Faye's outburst. Yeah, by calling it Hurricane Faye, I agree, Bo. They kind of did play it down, but then they showed it in full. So who's a joke? The joke's on them because it's not a joke what happened. So, but how else do you introduce it without giving it a bit more light-hearted thing instead of sitting down going, you asshole for doing that? Lax and Tyler. Lax and Tyler. No, know what you mean by that. Calling Faye's outburst minus. Okay, I think they were being sarcastic though. I think they were going minors, you know. I don't think they mean like that. So I should have read that second part of your message, Bo, before I responded to the other bit. Amy, I followed Faye and Teddy a bit, Toby and Chloe a bit. Millie looked sensational. She did. Kaz looked pretty. Yeah, they all looked absolutely gorgeous. Liberty's interview was the best one, most natural. Yeah, wasn't she so good? Like so natural, just like really genuine herself. Like what sometimes I don't like is when I see the Islanders come out and you don't see the person that you've been watching for like 6 weeks or 8 weeks, however long we've been watching them. But she like seems so genuinely herself. That's why I think Kaz seemed like so quiet and so like more reserved. Which fair enough, she's allowed to do. She's a real life person. But we've seen such a bubbly character, full of life, full of joy, and then she seems so quiet. That's some things I just don't like sometimes. So I'm going quite close because my eyes are really bad. Clarice. Yeah, but Clarice, I love that her bitter look though, because she's just not bothered. Do you know what I mean? She doesn't need this show because she's going to be a star no matter. Like, I just love Clarice. I love her energy. And I just love the moment when she decided she was leaving that villa, or that she was done. Like when Tyler really messed her around, she was like, I'm done. Off you go. And we saw her energy go, like when she walked out of, like she'd been so done up for all of it and she walked out in flip-flops. Like Clarice is just, I like the energy. I hope she never changes. Hello, Harry. When will it be put on ITV Hub? I don't know. It should be on now, I'd say, Harry. Kaz looked gorgeous. Did they bring up OG Aaron and Clarice? No, they didn't. What has happened? I've missed that. Have they got together outside the villa? I didn't know that. Why didn't I know that? I love that. I would have asked Tyler if he was sorry for bringing another run into the villa. Yes, I would have done that too. I would have asked Aaron if he sees where Kaz was coming from now when she said him and Mary were not compatible. Lol, yes. We need to get you, Bo, on there. You need to get on there and do this interviewing. Hello, Lilac. Reunion has been on already. You should be able to find it on ITV Hub. ITV, if you're watching this, you can sponsor me. I'm just getting those people over to your website, so you're welcome. Wasn't there a whole backlash for Laura, Kaz and Tyler around the final? Maybe that's what there was only a small interaction to. Oh, I didn't know. Was there? Was there a backlash? Tell me this backlash. I didn't see this backlash. What was the backlash? Amy, tell me. I would have asked Teddy if he only dates certain types of girls. Interesting. Ricky follows Kaz, Tyler, and Liberty. Hello, Lilac. Yes, it was on tonight. Okay, thanks. You're welcome. Yes, I follow Faye, Liberty, Kaz, I think Millie. Maybe I don't do Millie, but and maybe Mary. Most of the girls, really. I mean, the boys are not really. Toby, I probably will follow. Maybe I follow him already. I'm not really interested in any of the boys because it's going to turn into Boohoo Man and sports soon, and I'm not going to be interested in that. You know what I mean? But I'm here ready to buy all of the girls' edits and all the different clothes, so I'm here. I'm here for it. Yeah, I think they were saying that Laura was a bit shitty with them when she was interviewing them. That's all. Oh gosh. I need to watch that back. I didn't feel she was that shitty. I don't know though. Did you all think she was being shitty? I don't know. I mean, it was such a disappointing. So I'm just looking at my hair. Looks like a bit of look like I'm a hair. What's it called? What are these people? A Lego head. I've looked at that and I can't. Maybe it's not up just yet. Maybe it takes a moment to come up. Yeah. Oh no. That's me turning on my. That's my turning on my ITV to check for you. I would have asked Liam if he feels he is too young to be in a long-term relationship. He is 21. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how much. I can't imagine them lasting that long. Is that bad to say? I mean, they seem so in love, but are they really going to last long? Like, are they really, I can't even remember the final. I know. How long ago was it? Like two Mondays ago now. Anyway, I don't know. Who else did we talk to today? Did they talk to tonight that I thought was quite interesting? Who else was on? Who else was on? I think they're all the interesting parts, right? I would have liked to have seen more of like seeing them in their hometowns or in their homes. Like I would now like another series where you follow each of the couples. Like each week you follow the 4 finalists or something and you see them in their new life. Like I remember my favorite series was 2019 and like I remember waiting to see what Molly May did next, and so I was really just like I would love to now like have a few episodes where you follow each of them around, like get to see what they get up to, how they get their brand deals and all this kind of shit. I'd be really into that. I think Lily's such a knockout. I wish she'd been more honest. Me too. She completely sugarcoated it, but at least she was prepared. None of the others were prepared for any of their answers. So like I do. We knew that she didn't mean what she said, but yeah, I completely agree with you, Bo. Amy, the whole Brad, Sharon, and Aaron convo was weird. Yes, I forgot. So weird. We love Sharon on here. I would love to have spoken to Sharon by herself because she's quite an interesting character. And Aaron is funny. Lucinda is really funny. And Brad, I mean, Brad's an ass. Like, we love Brad, but Brad is Brad, right? And the only time I really liked Brad was on the night when he left, and I felt really bad for him. That's just my bloody empathetic side is just so bad. But then as soon as he gets down, he makes comments like, "I'm here for anything." You're like, "Oh, you're just a fucking lad, mate. You're just a lad," and that's all you want. A little bit of anything you can get. Like he hasn't changed or learned anything from the experience. I was kind of happy that Lucinda and him had kind of gotten back together, or they were seen out in Brighton. But no, he's not ready for any kind of relationship. Sharon was never going to meet anyone on here. I stand by that. But that whole conversation with the 4 of them was completely weird. It was completely weird. But it just felt like none of them were prepared. But I wonder, though, if you've got 37 Islanders in there, how do you prep them all properly? I mean, you just would, right? Get all the researchers on it. I don't know. Hello, my life as Ruth. You don't think Fedi will last? Yeah, I think it's all, let's see what happens. Yeah, I think that interview was, Amy saying, I think that took Laura by surprise. That interview was the beginning of Laura's kind of weird responding and being taken aback. And I can't maybe set the precedent for how precedent set the precedent. Yeah, set the motion for everyone else just to be whatever. Yeah, one word answers, you know. Hello, Harry. I'm glad you found it. So hopefully you'll be able to get it soon. James Norman, I don't know why it's not an ITV Hub. Hopefully it'll be on soon. It was so weird, Amy. Harry, enjoy it. Come back here afterwards. I missed you. Yes, Julie Wills, you can watch on catch up. But I don't think it's up just yet. People are trying. Laura should have asked about the hookups after the show, like Clarice seeing Aaron, Sharon, and Brad apparently getting frisky. Yes, Shannon and Brad getting frisky. No way. No way. Oh, I love this. You guys are giving me all of the gossip. What did Shannon do? I don't think Shannon did anything. Shannon's amazing. Shannon got chucked out on her first day, so I feel bad for her. She was my favorite. I thought she was going to be quite a nice character. So, yeah, I don't think Shannon did anything. Though I gather that you'd be surprised and shocked if Laura came back. You should write to ITV and say, look, let yourself in. She said no for what? Shannon said no for what? Oh, I don't know what I was talking about. Oh, I was talking about Sharon. I was talking about Sharon before, not Shannon. If that's what the mix-up is. Ricky, Samantha Sander. Bo, you just do it. Bo, do it. I want to see you on it. Is it on? Hi, Lilac. Somebody said they've seen it on ITV Hub. I'm going to change the title of this live to ITV Hub Watch. We're watching to see if Love Island goes on ITV Hub, and I'll stay live until everyone's watching it, and then I'll get off YouTube. But apparently, it's nearly on. It's nearly on. Now, who here after this series is up for watching another Love Island series? I mean, is that a silly question? That's probably a silly question. But so many people were like, no, this series was quite shite. For me, it was like, Casamore fallout, and then it went, you know. Then the fight after movie night got a bit exciting, but in the wrong way, and then then the Gibberty stuff at the end. I mean, I hate saying this, but it was quite good TV, although I don't want Liberty upset to be sad, but it was quite a surprise, took me by surprise. But I think I will. I'll give another series another go. Surprise, surprise! I thought Liam was so sweet to Kaz during the whole show. Yes, they should have shown their best bits. Oh, you mean as friends? Yeah, that would have been good. Hello, Ricky said, I heard when they asked about a couple, people said Shannon was real about saying no. Oh, yes. She said no about should Millie have taken Liam back? And she's the one who said no. Everybody else said yes. Or given Liam another chance. That's what it's about. Amy saying, of course I'll watch again, but it better be better than this year. This series wasn't great. Still totally obsessed, though. We'll probably watch again due to FOMO. Yes. So, Ricky, hope I answered your question. Well, look, I think this is it. Thank you all so much to all those who are here that have watched throughout the series, coming live with me every night. I need to get back to my normal YouTube, which is coming soon tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I should release a video, or normally on the first Monday of every month, I do a chatting live with artists. So I might be doing that tomorrow. I might release a video. Who knows? I'm just kind of freewheeling it. I need to know. But thank you so much, everybody. We love Island, and keep loving everybody. And thank you so much. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, like this video, leave a comment. It really does help. And I will speak to you all soon. Goodbye. Thank you, Bo. New subscriber, Bo. I'll see you on the channel. Bye. I love the lives too, Jill. Bye.